Family, what is up? And so in today's episode, we're going to be discussing how to start a mobile business in 2021. Guys, I truly believe starting a mobile business, especially in 2021, is going to be one of the best businesses you can start. And I actually have a special guest for this video. She has over 10 years plus experience in mobile businesses. So this is definitely going to be a treat. But if this is your first time watching my videos, hello, my name is Antonio. I give entrepreneurial and YouTube advice, as well as I discuss digital marketing strategies to help you grow your brand and business online. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and just caress that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And then hit that notification bell so you're alerted every single time I upload a new video. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, you guys, so I'm super excited right now. I have one of my good friends. She's pretty much going to explain to us everything that you need to know for the most part about mobile businesses. You guys, she has over 10 plus years of experience. And listen, this is going to be a treat. I'm super excited, so I hope that you're super excited. But I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Mezra, go ahead and tell the people, who you are and what you do.
Hi, Antonio. Thank you so much for having me on here. First of all, I really do appreciate you putting me onto this. So my name is Mizra. I am based out of Tampa, Florida, and I'm pretty much the mobile queen. I just recently launched Dreams Gone Mobile. So my website is under construction. Basically, what I do is I help entrepreneurs start their mobile business, whether it's a food truck or if you want to do a mobile spa, pet grooming, anything like that. We make your dreams come to reality by going mobile. So yes, thank you so much for having me on here, and I'm super excited to get started.
Awesome. So I know for me personally, I think mobile businesses is going to be one of the best businesses to get into in 2021, especially with the pandemic going on. And there's just so many people that are stuck at home. And then two, it looks like the cases are rising. But before we get into why I think it's the best business, how can you help people get started? Where do you think people's starting point should be when it comes to mobile businesses?
So the first thing I would recommend, and this is something that's funny that you mentioned because I just spoke about this the other day, and I will be providing a template for that. But basically, to get started, the first thing you want to do is figure out what services or what you're going to be doing as far as food trucks. So if you're in the food industry, what you're going to be serving. If you're in a different business, such as like a spa or a barber, you need to figure out what you're going to need, what materials you're going to need, what equipment you're going to need, and really just make a list of everything that you're going to need in order to have an operable business. Once you've created that list, and you've decided, okay, these are the things that I'm going to need, or if you're in the food industry, these are the equipment that I'm going to need in order to cook my meals, then you want to go and think about the size that you're going to need. And this is all information that I'll be helping you with as I'm coaching you, but we figured out the size. So you want to make a list of everything that you're going to need and then figure out the size. To just get started, you're going to need your basic stuff like your LLC, you're going to need your tax ID. And if you're a product-based business or if you're in the food industry, you're going to need a sales tax certificate. And what that does is it allows you to purchase things at bulk or at a wholesale price, and you don't have to pay the taxes back. So depending on the service or depending on what you're doing, we go through everything from the beginning, but definitely having your business established, your business account, because then it's going to go into the investment side of starting your business.
I got you. Now that seems like it's a lot. Do you feel like people that are first starting out, they should do this alone, or is this something that you feel like, you definitely need to be kind of walked through? Because you went over a lot of information just then. And I know, I'm pretty versed in it, but for somebody that is spanking, new, that might be a little bit difficult for them.
So I definitely recommend hiring a coach. I don't see any coaches that are doing it. There's a lot of business coaches that can get you established, but that's exactly what I'm here for, to get you established and get you going. The reason why I think it's really important is because From all the clients that I've dealt with, I've only done the licensing portion. So I, create the plans for them, the floor plans, get them all designed, complete the application. This is specifically in the food niche department, but just basically getting everything done. And one of the most common things I get is that I've made it so simple for them. I've simplified the process. I've made it easier for them where they don't have to deal with this, or I walk them through the entire process. And I'm here for you from the beginning to the end. So if you're in the food industry and I'm able to get there to get you past inspection, if you're local, I'll do that, or I will simply just walk you through the process. But I definitely think it's really important to hire somebody who is specifically in that niche. And I don't see that often, which is why I've decided to convert into becoming a coach, because a lot of people have continued even after they've passed inspection, or in the food industry, or even after they started their mobile business, say, hey, I ran into this. Can you do this or can you do that? But if I teach you everything in the beginning and you take all your notes, you know what you need to do when you come over or deal with a hurdle.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Cause I know just listening to it, it just sounds like a lot. So I want to make sure that, my subscribers and the people watching this, make sure that you get somebody that is well versed in this, because that is a lot of information, you guys. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So you want to make sure that you're set up properly. So yeah, definitely reach out. If you have any questions, I'll try to do my best to answer what I know, but she's definitely the expert in this topic. Now, when it comes to mobile business, I see the rise in it. A lot of people are not talking about mobile businesses as a whole, but I see people doing like video game trucks for kids, and then like you were talking about like grooming and nails. Like, why do you think mobile businesses will be one of the best businesses to start in 2021?
Okay, so this is a really good question, and there's so much that goes into this question. So, number one, we are still going through this whole COVID thing. That's number one. And one of the things that I've noticed here in this industry when it comes to mobile businesses is that the number one people that kept going were the food trucks in that industry, right? So when everything shut down, restaurants shut down, clubs shut down, bars shut down, everything had shut down. Anything service-based shut down. You weren't allowed to go to the salon and get your nails done. You weren't able to get your hair done. People had bad nails. They had terrible hair. They couldn't get their edge. Men, it was a struggle for a lot of people. A lot of people. Okay. So, it's real. The reason why I think it's so important is because you're allowing to create this space where, number one, you're going to have way more freedom and way more flexibility. And number two, it's low overhead costs, right? So instead of being in a brick and mortar, let's say the pandemic didn't happen. If you were in a brick and mortar, then you would be saving so much more money going mobile, in the sense of, you just completely having full access to this one trailer that you've already invested in one time, and all you have to do is do the upkeep for whatever it is that you're needing, like supplies, tools, and things like that. The other thing I wanted to mention was, when everything shut down, I saw food trucks going into neighborhoods and communities and still serving. So they said that there were certain things that were essential, right? And obviously Publix and all these markets were essential. So with the food trucks, they were still allowed to park outside, and if people wanted to go up to the truck, they could. So that's one of the other reasons why I think it's really, really important. There's a rise in that, and I've seen a lot of other people, like I've ran into people who have reached out to me about doing mobile barbershops, and people who do like massage therapists. There's people who have a dream, and sometimes when you don't have all the money in the world, or sometimes when you have a restriction put on you like COVID, or being a renter or leasing out a space where you're paying $200 to $300 a week, you can actually own something that's going mobile and actually earn all that money yourself. There's a massage therapist that comes to my house every month, and she's paying $200 to $300 a week as you know, as she uses that space. But guess what? Because everything has shut down, now she's losing that clientele. Now people are calling her, hey, can you come to me? And she had to figure out something. She had a bed, and now she's going to people's houses. But creating that space and having your own mobile vehicle will allow you to, you know, number one, sanitize and have that restriction on how many people you want to come in. And two, being able to, you know, call the shots whenever you want. And if you've reached so many people in a day, okay, I've reached 10 clients this week, I'm good for the week. You can do that. You have complete access, complete control in everything. So I think it's really important to go mobile. That's why, you know, I think it's really important. And it's also a way to adapt to the culture right now, like everything that's going on, the economy, and with everything, who knows if there's going to be another rise, or, you know, if their state's going to shut down again. This is just one way to adapt and also be available at your own time, like at your own flexibility, your own schedule, being able to do pop-up shops, being able to become a vendor and really pitch yourselves and putting yourself out there to where you're not restricted at all. So yes.
For sure. I know here in Tampa with the Super Bowl coming, so many people want to get into mobile businesses or get into some type of vendorship because there's so much opportunity with mobile business. And then for me personally, I think with commercial real estate now, I'm really going to see over the next 5 to 10 years, because most commercial real estate contracts are super long, how that's going to transition with a lot of brick and mortar businesses, and how, you know, they're going to, you know, decide if they're going to keep their lease or not. So yeah, I definitely think mobile business has a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of growth in it. And we've seen the rise, especially in the food industry and food trucks. Cause I know, like you said, like, I seen them go into neighborhoods or even like hospitals, right? They had that, you know, freedom to do that. And I know a lot of food trucks have partnered with apartments in different communities to come out, you know, every Thursday. I know is really popular here at my apartment complex. So I definitely like that flexibility piece when it comes to business. And you're not limited to who you can service, especially right now if they can't come to you. So that's really, really good. So another question that I have for you is, what do you see like the pitfalls that comes with mobile businesses? Because I know there's a lot of good, but there's also some bad. We got to be honest, right? So where do you see people, you know, lacking in knowledge or things that, you know, they should definitely look out for when it comes to mobile businesses?
So I would say a lot of the pitfalls that I've encountered as far as like my clients is not knowing the requirements of the state and not having everything when they start, right? So if I am trying to start my business and I have a food truck, I need to make sure, how am I going to receive the money? Am I going to receive the money on a POS system? Am I going to receive the money via Cash App? Do I have my sales tax certificate so I can start charging tax? Do I have all the equipment that I need, all the supplies that I need in order to serve my, you know, my clients or my customers? Those are mostly the main pitfalls that I see, because what starts happening is if you're in an event or if you're set up somewhere and someone starts coming and you don't have a POS system and you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to receive money, or you don't have your POS system set up to your taxes where you're charging the taxes, then you can potentially lose customers. It starts becoming very aggravating, very frustrating. So making sure you have a POS system already set up and linked to your account, test it out, pay yourself $1 or whatever it is. Make sure that you already have it set up to where you have it charging the taxes for your state. Make sure you actually have your sales tax certificate so you can start charging, things like that when it comes to first starting. When you're that's in the midst, but when you're also first starting, making sure you have all the requirements. When it comes to like service-based businesses, it really just depends on what niche you're in. For example, like if you are a massage therapist, you should display, you know, your business license, your generalized business license for that state. And there's also like a business tax receipt that shows that you are an active business. And then you also want to show your license that you're specifically niche in. So there's a lot of people that make that mistake too, because then they start questioning, oh, I don't know this, or how do I know that you're, safe, or how do I know you're properly licensed, things like that. And that's really it. Everything else is really just kind of getting your feet wet and figuring things out, popping up in different events, networking with different people. But most of the struggles are like in the beginning, when it comes to licensing, receiving money, and having everything set up, having that system already in place. So if you don't have a system in place already established of how you want to do things, or how you're going to earn your money, and how you're gonna receive it, that can really mess you up, and it starts to become frustrating. So I would say those are the main pitfalls.
I got you. Yeah, I could definitely understand that. And then two, another thing I was thinking about as you were speaking is that maybe people don't understand the amount of work that goes into it. Because I could just imagine, right, how it would be running a food truck, right? Even though you may be passionate about food, or you may be passionate about massage therapy or gaming or barbershop or whatever, but just the day-to-day, maybe the maintenance of the truck or the vehicle, or like maybe your engine goes out, or like the different overhead costs that people maybe not be prepared for or aren't prepared for,
Yeah.
and the day-to-day grind of traveling or seeing the customers that they were so used to coming to them, and now like, oh wait, no, I gotta actually go to you, and understanding the wear and tear of it all. But that is definitely a good insight on the pitfalls for sure. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, because we want to keep it short and sweet for you guys. So Mezra, I thank you so much for your time. Where can people find you to get more information on mobile business and your Instagram and all of that?
Sure. So my Instagram is Ms. the Startup Coach. Right now, I am in the process of launching my website. So there's a lot of rebranding going on right now. So you won't see my website just yet, but you can find me on Instagram on Ms. M-I-Z, the Startup Coach. And on there, you can see all my information. My IG was recently, closed down, but I have a new one. There's new content on there. But if you have any questions, you can book a discovery call with me. They are free. They are 15 minutes long. And it's basically just a one-on-one to go through everything with you in regards to your goals, what you're trying to achieve, and seeing how we can make your business go mobile. I am providing coaching services as well. And that's really what I do, just kind of help you get started with that mobile dream that you have. And that program will be launching sometime in January. So just make sure that you're following my page and booking that call if you have any questions. And that's really it.
Awesome. And you guys, if you reach out to her, just let her know that I sent you, Talking with Tonio sent you, and she'll definitely get you set up and get you in the right path. So guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys have any questions, make sure that you comment them down below. I'll try to answer all the questions that you have for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, peace.